Welcome back to the Portland High School 2020-21 school year. I'm your host, Don Brecklin. I'll be guiding you through the Welcome Back to Mathematics class. To keep things light and lively, I've decided to add a picture at each slide. This slide features my wife, Mrs. Brecklin, who is also a high school teacher. She teaches social studies, and she's one I rely on for innovative ideas in the classroom. Throughout this video, I hope to answer your questions about my philosophy on teaching, the supports that I will lend to your student this year, some grading changes that I've made for this year, and then giving you some ideas on how you can support your student from home. In addition to this welcome back video, you should receive a copy of the course syllabus. And in it, you'll notice that the description of the course says that we're looking to enrich the student's power of deductive and inductive reasoning. We want them to be able to reason, especially spatial reasoning, properties of three-dimensional shapes. But that's not all I'm about, right? I think that mathematics, right, and this is, of course, in my opinion, that it's the key to recognizing and understanding natural reoccurring patterns that exist all around us, right? And I think that, I want students to move to a higher level of understanding. So wherever they are at the beginning of the year, I'm hoping to raise that level of understanding by the end of the year. And not just mathematically, but just in general. To become independent learners is really the ultimate goal for high school students, to advocate for themselves, to ask questions, to question the world, to seek out new information and improve their understanding. And I do that through the teaching of mathematics. So let's talk about the support I'll give. And I thought it would be appropriate to show a picture of me and my dad, the man that has lent a tremendous amount of support to me throughout my years. When I was in high school, I lost my mom. And it was a tough 4 years. And my dad did the best that he could to support me in a method that he understood. Did I always agree with that support? Absolutely not. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that I have a pretty awesome dad. So I take that idea of doing the best I can with the tools I own and provide support for your students. How do I do that? Number one, I'm going to offer a detailed Google Classroom that is labeled to match the titles in Aspen. And by that I mean that each assignment is going to be labeled blue cohort assignment number 5. And when you look in Aspen, there'll be an assignment number 5. So if assignment number 5 is missing, the student can easily go to the Google Classroom, look for assignment number 5, and figure out what it is that they need to complete in order to fulfill that grade obligation. Secondly, custom tailored video support that utilizes the actual handouts from class, not a farmed out video from the internet. And by that, I mean, I do a lot of these screencasting videos, so this is not my first. I have a little over 150 videos, most of them geometry based. So your student has plenty of opportunities, not only for live instruction, but to further that at a speed of their own choosing from a video that is custom tailored for our class. 3, 17 years of teaching experience behind me. So although this distance piece is a little bit new to the school system, I've been flipping my classroom for a number of years, and I just have a lot of practice of teaching in general. So I think that affords me the ability to anticipate some of the tougher moments in advance, and I can try to teach against those before it gets too overwhelming. That leads me to the idea of having, organized and thoughtful lessons. I've given, a lot of time to think about how to unfold my lessons, how to teach certain topics. And over the years, I've developed new tricks and new ideas and fun games. Number 5, I think that I have a well-paced curriculum, especially readjusted for our current situation. I think that we have a well-paced curriculum with multiple opportunities for student questions. And we have super small classrooms at this point, so it's really, really just a great opportunity for students to take advantage of that small classroom setting. And lastly, set office hours on Wednesdays and lots of other days for students to reach out for one-on-one assistance. And I encourage them to send me an email in the evening. I do check my email pretty regularly, and I'm really good about getting back to students in a short amount of time. These 2 pictures just demonstrate that beyond math, I do love doing other things. One of my favorite pastimes is to ride around on my motorcycle. This is up in the Lakes region of Vermont. I also love to take on large house projects. This is a complete gut and remodel of our main bathroom. And so that's not really the greatest segue into the grading changes, but the big thing is this, is that students are doing more things on their own, and particularly the notes, right? So doing a lot of note taking from home. And so since that's so independent, we've increased the percentage that we normally give for notes to 20%. Also for the individual practice, we've raised that to 30%. So 50% of the grade is really in the student's control a lot more than ever before. And then the other 50% of the grading will come from assessments, test quiz, projects, and the like. And so now it's time for me to thank you for your time and for your support. And then thinking back to my academic days and my academic support for my dad, what can you do? Check Aspen, right? And so, how often? I'm really pretty thorough about uploading my grades in a reasonable amount of time as they happen. So, my suggestion is once a week with your student, load an Aspen and take a look and give them a chance to explain what's going on. And if they say too many times in a row, oh, I'm waiting for him to upload that, or he said he was going to change that, maybe reach out to me and just qualify that. I do believe that most of the time students are pretty truthful, and sometimes it does take me a little bit of time to maybe change an old grade where something was missing. But again, I think if you check it once a week, it gets the student in the habit of looking at that, and then you can have a discussion together. And I just think that that's just a good deal. Anytime you want, please reach out to me. Email is absolutely the best way to get my attention. I'm really good at responding to emails in real time, just like I do for my students. And if you'd like to have a conversation, we could have a Google Meet. There's no need to wait for the end of the quarter or for parent conferences. I think in today's day and age, we've moved beyond that. If you think that there's an issue, let's talk about it right away. I will do my best to reach out to any of you when I think that there is a pattern that is concerning. If there's just one missing assignment, probably not going to reach out to you. Unless I think it becomes a bad pattern of behavior. So that's it. Any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks again for your time. Take care.